slide do you want me to repeat, Prachi? Yeah, Shaurya, can you see if your mic is working? I'm just putting myself on mute, and this is also...
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I just need the privilege to start my video. I think that's banned right now.
I see. 1 second. Done.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the speaking session for Verbalist Teachers Day Learnathon. How is everyone? Let me know if my voice is audible to you properly, and then we'll get into speaking practice very, very quickly. Audible to everyone? Great, great. How is everyone today? Did you enjoy the vocabulary session? I was looking at everybody responding, and I think it was a very, very fruitful session for everyone. So let me just introduce myself. I will be your speaking mentor for this session, and I hope you have fun with me. So let me just, right off the bat, let's look at what is to be done in the speaking session. I think everyone is aware of how all the different parts of speaking work. In case you're not aware of, how speaking really goes, I will like to, I will just share something with you. It's just an overview of IELTS speaking. Let me know if my screen is visible to you. It's visible? That's great. That's great. All right. So there will be 3 parts to IELTS speaking. So there's part 1, part 2, and part 3. So part 1 is going to be basically about your daily life. So they're going to ask you 4 to 5 questions, and you'll have to reply within a time limit of, let's say, 30 seconds to 45 seconds. It's going to be questions about your daily life. So your hometown, what job you do, what work you do, and what activities you like to do in your leisure time, all of that. I hope everyone is aware of the word leisure. I hope everybody understands what that means. I'll type it out in front of you. Leisure. Who knows the meaning for that? Free time? Mohammed Saifullah, okay. Suman, Navjot, all right. Mishra, okay. Ashik, okay. Everybody knows what leisure means. That's great to know. So whatever you do in your free time, spare time, yes, Ramandeep, you're correct. Jaskaran, you're correct. Yes, Rohit, you're correct as well. Free fun time. So whatever you do within that time, they might ask you questions about that. So that's part 1 for you. Part 2 is the cue card round. So they'll give you a question. It will have a few sub questions like, do you remember this? Answer this, this, this about this particular question. So I'll show you an example question. I don't have example questions on this. I'll just type out a question for you as an example question. So for part 2, they might ask you, describe an article you read. Explain, did you like it or not? What did you read on it? Explain why it was important to you. So this is how a part 2 question might be given to you. You'll have to answer all the sub questions. Whatever is asked of you, you'll have to answer all the sub questions. If you don't know how to go about answering a question, or if you feel like you can leave one question, that's really not an option. Your band score will go down. Suman, there's not going to be a place where you won't know the answer, because it's all about you. So you have to talk about what article you read. So it's just about yourself. So if you know about yourself, if you can remember, basically speaking is all about how well you can remember what you did, what you like, and how well you can express yourself. So I don't think there's going to be a question where you will not know the answer to. So it's not like school, right? It's not like a viva in school where they're testing your knowledge about a subject. They're actually just testing how well you can express yourself. Questions are all going to be about yourself. So how well you can speak about yourself, your experiences, what you feel, that is going to be the main part of this question. How to increase cue card length? Okay, Jaskaran, if you speak, let's say, less than 1 minute, then what you can do is sort of divide your time between each of the sub questions. So let's see, you'll answer one question for 30 seconds, then the other for 30 seconds, then the other one for 30 seconds. So if you answer each of the sub questions for 30 seconds, it's going to be 1 minute 30 seconds anyway. And then you can elaborate on the answer as much as you want. Now, part 1 and part 3 are kind of similar. And for part 3, you'll have to use your critical reasoning a bit. But let's just focus on part 1 and part 3 here. Suman, you haven't read any articles. Do you read newspapers? Have you ever read a magazine article? Have you ever read something like that? I'm sure you must have. Even on the internet, you might have read something. Do you watch the news? Do you, anything that you keep up with, you can talk about that. And if you don't read articles, then start reading. It's going to help you with your speaking and your writing as well. The more you read, the more your vocabulary increases, the more confident you become with answering questions. So if you don't read at all, then please start reading. It's a good habit to read. Great. So let's just focus on how to answer part 1 questions. I'll show you how I would go about answering a question, and then I want all of you to try to answer the question like I answered it. So today we're just going to focus on part 1. Lovepreet, how much does it cost if you take only speaking classes? So if you want only spotlight classes, that's a 6-day course. That's a week-long course plus mock tests you get. For that, you can, just a minute. For that, you can fill out a consultation form, which I will give in the link here. Just a second. Right. So I just want to talk about how to answer part 1 questions. So for answering part 1 questions, your focus should be on directly answering the question. So you give a direct answer to the question, and then you elaborate on it through your personal memory. So whatever memory you have about that, you elaborate on that through it. So let's say the question is, tell me about your hometown. Right? This is a simple, straightforward question. Tell me about your hometown. Your hometown is any place you were born at. So let's talk about it. First, you directly answer the question. So your answer would look something like, all right, my hometown is in the city of Lucknow in the state of Uttar Pradesh in India. I was born and brought up here, and I attended school and as well as my university in my hometown as well. Now, this is going to be your basic answer, just a 2-3 line answer that's directly addressing the question. Now, to elaborate on this and to make this a better answer, you're going to elaborate on your personal memories related to your hometown. So the formula for answering part 1 questions is directly answering the question that is asked, giving some basic information about it, and then going on to elaborate on it based on your personal memories. So I'll talk about my memories related to my hometown. This is an example answer, so please listen closely. So my hometown is in the city of Lucknow in the state of Uttar Pradesh in India. I completed my university as well as my school from this very town. And I really like it because most of my childhood memories are associated with my hometown. I prefer to stay in my hometown rather than going out because most of my childhood friends are still here. My parents still live here, and I have many, many fond memories associated with my hometown. Also, the food in my hometown is just amazing, which is something I don't think I'll be getting outside of here. So that is one thing that keeps me here. Also, most of my family is also in my hometown, and that's the reason I still prefer to stay in my hometown. So that's something about your hometown that's personal to yourself. So your answers don't have to be generic. Don't give basic answers that just talk about your hometown in general. Talk about the basic answer for your hometown, and then you can talk about how or why you like your hometown or what your hometown means to you personally, because the question says, tell me about your hometown. Tell me if this much is clear. I feel like this is a very simple approach to answering part 1 questions. If you've understood this, I would like to go on and ask each one of you to answer some of the questions. I will allow you to unmute yourselves and you can answer the question within this webinar. How does that sound? Let me know if you've understood how to go about answering a part 1 question. You just have to give a basic informative answer. So just directly answer the question. It might be a yes or no question, or it might be something like that. And then you add a personal detail about yourself. All right? Okay, Ashik, I will unmute whoever wants to answer. So tell me if part 1 answering is clear to you, and then I'll quickly begin asking you questions. All right, great. So I hope everybody is ready. The question for you is, do you often use a computer? The question is, do you often use a computer? So for this, I'm going to allow Prachi to answer. Prachi, I think you can unmute yourself now. Please try to answer this question. Do you often use a computer? Prachi, you can unmute yourself.
I have used computer for many times. It helped me in my studies. It can develop many skills. It helps us to understand the various other concepts like designing, website development.
All right. Thank you for your answer, Prachi. Can we have a clap for Prachi and her effort? Thank you so much for answering, Prachi. So for this answer, you know how you can improve it? The question was, do you often use a computer? So first of all, you have to directly answer the question and say, yes, I often use a computer. In fact, I use my computer every day. This is the direct answer to that question. And then you can add whatever you said. So you can add, I think a computer is a great device to learn things. It's a great device that helps me to design websites. I can learn web development. In fact, anyone can learn anything from a computer with the access to internet nowadays. So it's a wonderful device that anyone can make use of to learn anything at all. All right, great. Now let's go hop on to another question. I will ask this question to Ashik. I think he's been asking to answer. So my question is, do you usually have the same routine in the morning? Do you usually have the same routine in the morning? Ashik, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, I have same routine in my daily routine. However, I wake up I wake up early in the morning and get fresh and eat some breakfast, as well as I study and do some exercise as the same routine I use. But in the weekend, I don't use the same routine. However, I go in the temple and pray for the goddess. Thank you.
All right, great answer, Ashik. Thank you for answering. So that's a great answer. That's a great content for your answer. So whatever you said is great. There were a few grammatical mistakes, which I think if you improve on that, you're going to have a wonderful answer. So for you, I would recommend to focus on grammar, correct grammar. So you said, I go in the temple. It should be, I go to the temple. All right. And a little bit of work on fluency. Otherwise, the content of your answer was great. Okay, Manali, you want to think for 5 seconds? Yes, you can think for like 2 or 3 seconds when the examiner asks you the question, but 5 seconds is too long a time to think. You have to answer within 2 or 3 seconds of the examiner asking the question. All right, so let me ask another question. Manali, would you like to answer now? Do you think you can answer? I'll ask everyone one question so that everyone gets the opportunity to speak. So Manali, this question is for you. I think you can unmute yourself now. The question is, what is the common drink for people in your country? What is the common drink for people in your country?
Ma'am, basically it's a tea. In India, there are a lot of tea types are available, basically a green tea or a normal tea. So basically all would prefer tea only in the morning also. In fact, some people take it on the afternoon also after having their lunch and while walking also. So yeah, I think tea is the most famous and the the most lovable drink in my country.
All right. Thank you so much for your answer, Manali. So, here in your answer, I would suggest for you to improve on article usage. So, using the article a before each word. So, saying like everybody likes a tea. So, instead of a tea, you can say just tea. Just tea would be appropriate here. It would be grammatically correct. So, your answer may look something like this. So, in my country, everyone prefers to drink tea. So, tea is a very emotional drink for people of my country. They love to drink tea in the mornings. They even might have a cup or two in the afternoon or the evenings. So, it is considered to be pretty much a national beverage. Everyone from my country, either it be the north of India, the south of India, prefers to have tea. There are some people who like to drink coffee, but I would say that by far tea is the most popular beverage. I myself love to drink tea in the morning. It gives me a little bit of a caffeine kick, and that's why I like it. All right. So this is how you would go around answering this question. I hope everyone is listening to it. How to go around answering questions. Great, Manali. Great attempt. Everyone did very, very well. Now, I would like to ask another question. Do you prefer to have family time or time with friends? Do you prefer to have a family time or do you prefer to spend time with your friends? I will give the mic to Bal Krishna. He's asked to speak. Yes, I hope the question was clear to you, Bal Krishna.
Ma'am, could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, the question is, do you prefer to spend time with your family or with your friends?
I prefer to spend my time with my friends because it's like friends are very important to do some unusual things like uh, unnecessary things or friends are good at making jokes and making fun. So I'll be happy to spend my time with my friends.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you so much for your answer, Balkrishna. Just one thing, I think you should avoid using the word unnecessary because what are unnecessary things? I'm not going to do something unnecessary. Just sounds like a negative word in general, right? So avoid using the word unnecessary. Instead, you can say, I like to spend more time with my friends because they're just more fun. I can go out with them, I can explore with them. It's a lot of fun to explore new places with them. Whenever a new cafe opens up, I go there with my friends. My friends are also an integral part of my life because they're always there to support me in all my endeavors. Whenever I have to take a decision, an important decision, I always consult my friends because I trust their advice. Okay, Tejaswini has raised his hand. Okay, Ashik asks how to improve your fluency. So to improve your fluency, what you have to do is start speaking. You have to talk to anyone you can find. So try looking into the mirror and talking to yourself, or try recording yourself while speaking. What you can also do is listen to native speakers. So listen to, let's say, a podcast from a person who lives in either America or Great Britain, anyone who has an accent and is a native speaker of English. Listen to them and try to repeat what they say. This is called shadow speaking. So listen to them, try to repeat how they speak, and try to adopt not their accent, but just their fluency. See how they construct sentences. What is it about their sentence construction that you can adopt? As much as you listen to a native speaker, that's how you actually improve your fluency. Fluency also comes from obviously improving your grammar. So working on your grammar is also quite important. So grammar and listening to native speakers, that's very, very important. So I see somebody has raised their hand. It's Tejaswini. So I'm going to ask the next question to Tejaswini. My question for you is, what was the last time you received flowers? Okay, Tejaswini, I'm going to allow you to talk. You may unmute yourself. The question is, what was the last time you received flowers? Tejaswini, are you going to unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am. My voice is audible.
Yes, it's audible now. You may speak.
Yeah. Ma'am, can you please repeat it again?
Yes, sure. So the question is, when was the last time you received flowers?
My last thing which I have received on the occasion of my birthday, flowers which I have received on my occasion of my birthday, which made me very happy after seeing that, and the smell of the flowers it was very good to smell, which made me more happy and make me smile on my face. I just can't speak that much.
Okay, that's great. Great attempt, Tejaswini. So that's good. You received flowers on your birthday. The more you can add to this is, how did you like the smell of the flower? What type of flowers were they? Were they roses? Were they peonies? Were they sunflowers? Do you like flowers in general? What did you do with those flowers? Did you keep them in a vase inside your house? Have you ever thought about giving somebody else flowers? What is your favorite flower? So anything related to flowers that you can add after directly answering the question, that would be great elaboration for part 1. So I hope you got the way to answer this question, and great attempt.
Yes,
Thank you for answering.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So Aditya says, I can think with speed in my mind, but articulating it out gets coupled with some discrepancies. How to improve on that? Okay, Aditya, first, you should try to express yourself slowly. You can take your time, take your pauses, try to say something with deliberation. Try to be deliberate with it. Try to say things slowly. Then, after a while, you can start saying things quickly after you've gotten used to speaking. So, look into the mirror, practice with yourself in the mirror, get a speaking partner perhaps, or you can, even take speaking classes or something. Find someone to chat with and try speaking with them slowly in English. Don't try to be very, very fluent at first. Once you get used to speaking, after that, you can improve your speed. You can watch a few speakers on YouTube, anyone that you really admire as a speaker, all of that. So I hope you got that. Let's do one last question before the writing class begins. So give me a minute. Yes. So I'm going to ask one question to, let's say, who wants to answer this question? Anyone?
Yes, I want.
Who's raised their hand? Okay, I'll ask. I'll allow Aditya to answer. Do you usually remember your dreams? The question is, do you usually remember your dreams? Aditya, you may unmute yourself. Ashish, I'll let you answer. Don't worry.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Aditya.
Yes, I do remember my dreams. They are quite vivid. Sometimes they leave me shocked when whenever I experience it.
The last part of your answer was not very audible. Can you repeat your answer?
I was saying that I do remember my dreams. They are quite vivid, and it's very common for me to experience multiple dreams within one sleep.
All right. Okay. That's a fine answer. The usage of vocabulary is also great. Vivid. So who knows the meaning of vivid in the class? Vivid? Clear. Yes, Navjot, you're right. Ramandeep is also right. It's great. Okay, Manali, you've answered the question once. You cannot, unfortunately, answer it again. But I'm going to give the stage to Ashish because he's raised his hand. And the question for you is, let me pick out a nice one for you. Yes. So Ashish, your question is, how do you celebrate your birthdays?
Uh,
Thank you for the question, ma'am. I celebrate my birthday actually with my best friend. Uh, they they have some kind of surprises with me. They always have birthday cake and so many gifts on the day before my birthday, usually at the 12 a.m. in the morning. So I was so surprised to see the gifts and birthdays in the bodies. So when my birthday arrives, I don't know how amazing it will be, and it really astonishes me. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Great answer, Ashish. Um, I would just give you a little bit of feedback on that. Great answer about your best friend and how you celebrate your birthday usually, how he surprises you. I would recommend you to work a little bit on your pronunciation and on your grammar. That's it. Your content for the idea was great. Just a little bit of work on the pronunciation. And I understand everyone has a different pronunciation based on what their mother tongue is. So if my mother tongue is Hindi, my pronunciation of English words is going to be like my pronunciation of Hindi words. So that's very understandable. Everybody has different mother tongues, and that's why their pronunciation of certain things is different. But we must work on our pronunciation so that the native speaker can understand us. All right. Okay, Dipendra, you want to go ahead and answer? Fine. I will. Okay, so your question is, do you often wear traditional clothes of your country? I've allowed you to talk. You may unmute yourself. Do you often wear traditional clothes of your country?
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Dipendra, you're audible. Have you joined from 2 accounts?
No, I have joined in only one account.
Okay, you may answer.
Yes, I do. I do often wear traditional clothes in my country because it represents our culture. Cultural dresses means it definitely represents our culture. So I do. I do wear traditional clothes in my country.
All right. Great. So that's a direct answer to the question, but you can elaborate on that answer using a few different techniques and words. So you would say, yes, I do wear the traditional clothes of my country. Now, what are the traditional clothes of your country and why are they important? So you go on answering something like this. I do like to wear traditional clothes of my country. In the different parts of India, there's very, very different sets of cultures which wear different types of clothing. So in the south, the clothing is different. In the north, it's a bit different. And the east and the west, it's a bit different. Now there's going to be a lot of traditional clothing, but the clothing that I'm familiar with of my country is a sari for women and kurtas for men. So saris are 6-yard long garments that you wrap around yourself in a certain manner. I think it looks quite elegant. It's usually worn by women on a festive occasion or on a special occasion. People also prefer to wear it on their birthdays. So I think a lot of people in India enjoy wearing traditional clothing, and I for sure enjoy to wear some of the traditional clothing of my country, the ones that I'm familiar with. This is what I wear in the north of India. All right. Now, who else wants to go for an answer now? I want everybody to get a chance to answer. Okay. Okay. So is my voice breaking? Is there a problem in my voice? Like, is there technical difficulty? Can you not hear me? Please let me know in the chat. Okay. Elton says voice is fine. Arjun, you might want to take a look at your system. Maybe it's an internet issue. All right. So let's see. I will give the chance to Elton now. My question for you is, let's see. What would you like to change about your home? I'll repeat the question. What would you like to change about your home? You may unmute yourself and answer the question.
Hello, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, Elton, you're audible.
Yeah. All right. The main thing that I would like to change about my place or my home is the location. It is really very far or on very distance to my workplace.
Do
So
you
I
want
really
to
find it hard.
elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. As in, like, the place where I stay and the place where I have to travel for work is a bit far, and I have to spend more than 5 hours a day to travel. So I feel like if I could change my location or to a nearby place to my office, I feel it would be great, and it would save me a lot of time to do some other work in the meantime. This is what I feel. Is that enough? Hello.
All
Hello.
right. So, Elton, I'm so sorry. There was a network issue, so I wasn't able to hear your answer really well. Can you please repeat your answer? What is that one thing you would like to change about your home?
The one and the most thing that I would like to change about my home or my place where I stay is the location of where I stay. Because the place where I travel to work is a bit far, more than 50 kilometers I have to travel on a daily basis, which goes up to around 5 hours in a day. So if I could manage to get a place nearby to my workplace, so it could save me a lot of time and I could be able to do much more productive work on my daily basis. So this is what I would like to change about my place.
All right, that's an excellent answer, Elton. Thank you so much for answering. Now, that was a great answer because he specified, first of all, directly what he would like to change, and then he gave reasons for his answer. So, whatever your answer is, you must provide reasons for that. So, let me take a look at who else wants to answer now. So, should I ask who wants to answer? Aryan says he wants to answer. He's not yet. Ashik, you've already answered a question. I want everyone to get a chance to answer questions. So my question for Aryan is art popular in your country? Is art popular in your country? You may unmute yourself, Aryan.
Yeah, can you repeat the question? My network stuck.
Yes. Is art popular in your country?
Yeah, surely art is important in each and every country because it helps to display your emotion and your feeling, like what you want to express yourself. They're like art is called like the best way to express yourself in like whenever you have sad or happy or not in a good mood. You can always make drawings or whatever you feel like, and you can express it with the help of art.
All right. Thank you for your answer, Aryan. So that was a fine answer. We can make it even better. So how would I go about it? Art is an important thing in my country. Even the ancient Indian civilization gave quite an importance to art. So during historical excavations, we've found a lot of artistic pieces, a lot of artistic idols. A lot of our temples were constructed with frescoes. Fresco is a type of a wall art, or it's kind of a stone art. You carve out stone. So the Ajanta and Ellora caves in India are a great example of that. And also the temples in the south of India, they're very, very rich and very, they're a wonderful example of how wonderful the art of India is. And, paintings are also very popular in Rajasthan. There's different painting styles adopted all throughout India. Great artists, dancers, musicians, sculptors have been from India since ancient times and also in contemporary civilization. So there's a lot of emphasis on art in India. Now, I would like to ask Nandika to answer this question for me. My question for you is, what is the mode of transport for most people in your country? Nandika, can you unmute yourself? My question is, what is the mode of transport for most people in your country? That's my question for you. Can you answer?
I think the most popular mode of transport in my country are cars. Well, my family has multiple cars. I see so many cars on the road. So that is what I think.
All right. So that's a fine answer, but I think you should elaborate on it more. What makes cars a good mode of transport for people in your country? How can they? Why are cars so popular? Why do you personally prefer to use cars as opposed to, let's say, taking the bus or taking the metro? Is it cost efficient? Is it a convenient mode of transport for you? Do you save a lot of fuel on that? You have to answer from your own personal perspective. So saying cars are the mode of transport that is popular in my country, just saying that is not going to be enough. You need to elaborate on your answer to make it a better answer for the speaking test. So to, let's say, get a band 7 or 8 or 9, you're going to have to elaborate on it more. So that was for the speaking practice. I hope you all stay back for the writing practice, which Aparna ma'am is going to take over on once more. She did the vocabulary practice. I hope everybody remembers their vocabulary because you're going to have to use it in your writing practice. And I did hope that everybody, would have used it with the speaking practice, but that's fine. As you can see in the chat box, there is a consultation call form that you can fill out, and you can get a consultation with our consultants on what help you could get from us, and also about our coaching programs. So our coaching programs, information about that is going to be listed on the form. We're going to get back to you once we figure out what your needs are going to be. Now, I would like to hand over this session to Aparna ma'am. She can guide you on what to do for the writing section. Handing over to you, Aparna.
All right, Shaurya, thanks so much. And I hope everybody enjoyed speaking, and I hope all of you understood how you should be speaking and what your mistakes are. Right. So I sent out the consultation call form link. You can fill it up in case you want to take up the Spotlight course, which is especially going to be focused on the speaking section. Now thank you, Kamal and everyone else. Now we're just going to quickly start off with the writing area. Now, remember that with the writing section, we will do a writing workshop very soon. But today is just going to be practice of idea generation. Okay, so I will help you do that with one particular question or one particular example. I won't be able to cover all question types or just teach you strategies for task 1. So this is going to be focused on task 2 only. So in case you have trouble understanding what task 1 and task 2 mean, just head to the official IELTS website, which is ielts.org. Understand the writing test format. And remember that the test is different for someone who is writing the academic and the GT test. Okay. The academic students will be having a diagram in their task 1. They'll have to report that diagram with an overview paragraph. And then the GT students have a letter, right? So just remember, you're going to be following the same ground rules. You have to participate as much as possible. And that's how you are going to learn today. And I will be giving you feedback on your ideas. Remember, it's going to be hard for me to look at all 30 of your essays and give you feedback, right? So the feedbacks are not for free. Remember, in case you want a detailed evaluations, you take a mock package or a trial mock. And all of these details are there in that consultation form. Okay, right. Let's quickly start. So what is it that you're tested on in your writing test? Just like in your speaking, where you're tested on vocabulary and grammar, in the writing area, you're tested on vocabulary and grammar too, along with how strong your ideas are and how elaborate your ideas are, and plus how good your structure is. Now, in your essay, all you have to maintain is this. You will have to write an introduction paragraph. There has to be a clear-cut paraphrase statement of the question and an answer to the questions. That has to happen. And along with that, you will write your opinion if required by the question. And then you're going to write body paragraphs, which will elaborate the ideas or idea that you had written in your introduction. And then comes the conclusion paragraph. Okay, that's how it is. That's how the structure, that's the broad structure. And this is easy to remember, but remember, format is extremely important. There has to be a one-line spacing between paragraphs. you need not write stories or a huge introduction paragraph. To just have to do exactly what I tell you to do today. Okay. So remember that if you have a question that looks like this, which is, some people think that modern technology makes people more sociable, while others think that it makes them less sociable. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. Now, if this is your question, in your introduction paragraph, you're going to change the question statement and give your opinion. That's what you are going to do. Okay. Now, how do you do that is dependent on how good your vocabulary is. So paraphrasing or rewriting the sentence does not mean, which is essentially what you do in your speaking as well. You do not change every word in the sentence. You change the sentence structure. That's what paraphrasing means. So it's not about what to say for people, what to say for modern technology. It's about what the sentence is trying to tell, and you rewrite that in the introduction paragraph. Some people think that modern technology makes people more sociable, while others think that makes them less sociable. This can be written as, you can just say that advancements in technology have made people to interact with each other more, or make people more outgoing, versus making it. Some people believe that it does the opposite with people. Now you also have to give your opinion here, and it has to be with personal pronouns. It has to be, I believe that it makes them less sociable or more sociable. It has to be included in your introduction. Now, just on this topic, your opinion can include anything. So any kind of essay that asks your opinion, you are free to write whatever you want as your answer, but it is just that your body paragraphs should elaborate that. Okay, great. Now, just a quick insight about how your writing test is scored also, in the same way that your speaking test is scored. You have 4 parameters on which you are scored. Lexical resource is your vocabulary, grammatical range and accuracy is how good your grammar is, pronunciation is the style of your speech plus your, basically how you pronounce words. Fluency is your length of speech. Similarly, in writing, task achievement is how well you've answered the question, how detailed your answer is. Coherence and cohesion is how you've arranged paragraphs. Lexical resource and grammar, indicative vocabulary and grammar. So the average of these 4 band descriptors gives your writing score. Now your task 1 and 2 are scored on the same parameters, just that your task 1 contributes lesser than what the task 2 area does. Okay, so that's how it is. Now, coming back to this question, what I want you guys to do is to discuss both these views and give your own opinion. Okay, now what is exactly the question asking you to do? It is asking you to elaborate both the views and give your own opinion about it and justify your opinion. So basically, you are elaborating the view that says technology makes people more sociable. It elaborates the view that says technology makes people less sociable, and then your opinion. Okay. So can you guys think it over and tell me what your opinion is, and also keep your pen and paper ready because you're going to be doing a lot of practice. Come on. And this is also going to be a 45-minute session, so we have to be quick. There's no time for you to be slow. Come on. Yes. What is your opinion? Does it make people more sociable, less sociable? What is it? Come on. Okay. Others? Just Suman has her answer. No one else? Is the chat box closed by any chance? No, right? It is open. People, respond. Come on. Does it make people more sociable or less sociable? Okay. That's your opinion, Nimisha, Raksha, Balkrishna, Yashi. Good. Okay. Anything. Your reason can be anything. Okay. I'm not going to question that. Okay. Prashna. Good. Viral. Okay. Tejaswini. Nice. Prerna. All of you are clear there. Yeah. So that sets the tone. Now, the next thing, what should you do? Is to think about what you will write in your body paragraphs. What you should write in your body paragraphs is to discuss these two. Discussion means what? Is to elaborate it neutrally. So you are going to say that technology is making people more sociable versus making them less sociable. You're going to do that. Okay. So the first body paragraph is going to be about how it can make people more sociable. Second body paragraph can be about how it makes people less sociable. The introduction paragraph, Prashna, is about paraphrasing the question statement and then giving your opinion. That's how it is. I will show you my answer, but I want you to do it. It's just that I want you to first understand how to structure an essay and how to write an essay. Then you can look at the answer. Okay, anyway, coming back to this question. So you in your two body paragraphs are going to discuss the idea. How do you discuss an idea? You have to elaborate how modern technology is making people more sociable. Even though your opinion is the other one, you are going to still talk about the two views. How it's making them less sociable is also something that you will do. Okay, so again, you have to answer the question as to why technology is making people less social. That's something that's how you discuss. So that's how you split your body paragraphs. Now, what I want you to do is to think of ideas. Can you elaborate why technology makes people more sociable? First, can you tell me that? Take a couple of minutes, expand on that idea a bit. Or why or how does it make people more sociable? Yeah, and I want answers for everyone. Okay, Prerna, fine. Sociability means the ability to interact and make friends. Yes. You are able to do that. Okay, good. Sociability. Okay. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. You can meet with people anytime you want to. Correct? Yes. Yes. But Prashna, you were talking about information, but we're not talking about information here. We're talking about how people can connect with each other, how sociability improves. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Nice. Okay, Nimisha and everyone, all of you have given me an answer. Nice. Next, coming up is how do you think technology makes people less sociable? How? Come on. Answer that question for me. Because remember, you're going to build on these ideas and write a body paragraph. That's how it is. Yeah. Good, Afros. Aman, good job. Yeah. How does it make people less sociable? Okay, no interaction, no real interaction with each other. That's the problem, correct? You can't really feel the emotion of people. Yes, yes. Yes. But Aman, that's not relevant, no? Family issues is not relevant here. It's just that they're not able to spare time from the internet and hence they have, hence they have issues with making a connection. So basically, Ashish says that if you don't come out and meet people, you won't be able to make a connection. But Ashish, your example is a little extreme. It can be anything. It can be also going out and meeting the neighbor. Okay. So now that all of you are clear with your your ideas, let's understand and build on them and write sentences. Okay. So are you guys ready with a pen and paper, or are you ready to type out your introduction paragraph first? Yes. Everyone. And you're going to do that on your own. Okay. You may send it here, may not send it here, but please write it. Everyone is ready? Let's go back to the thumbs up thing that we did. Yeah. Just one. Okay. Okay, amazing. Now, like I said, in your introduction paragraph, you are going to change the first sentence and then answer the question, what is your opinion? That's all. Only 2 sentences in the introduction paragraph. Now, 5 minutes for planning. That's what we did. The next 5 minutes, you're going to write your introduction paragraph. Come on. So I'm just going to keep a timer here and track your writing. Okay. So we are going to stop you after 5 minutes at 7:35 p.m. India time. So I'm just starting the timer. You guys finish writing the answer or introduction in 5 minutes. I said you paraphrase and include your opinion. Your time has started. Come on. Yes, your time has started. In case you've just joined, you're going to write the introduction paragraph for this statement. Please make sure you don't leave the session or anything, because then again, you're struggling hard to catch up what happened. Remember what I said about paraphrasing? You are not going to change just words, you're going to change the sentence structure. That's how your answer becomes good. Come on. See, I may not be able to check your individual words, Suman. I think your structure looks okay. So yeah. Ramandeep, don't complicate your words by saying demographic. It's not the right word here. 2 more minutes to wrap up. but I'm just looking for your opinion statement. Ramandeep, that's missing. That's what I said. People complicate unnecessarily. बिल्कुल भी कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करना है. आपको लिखना है 2 ही सेंटेंस, एक पैराफ्रेज करके एक ओपिनियन ही लिखना है और कुछ नहीं करना है. ओके, रिमेंबर दैट. और कुछ लिखोगे, that's what will happen. Your task achievement will come down because you've not answered the question. So please stop looking at templates. ये जो samples हैं आप memorize करना बंद कीजिए, and please try writing your own essays, which is why we're doing this class. Come on, 1.5 more minutes for everyone to send in your answers. Is that it? Only 3-4 people have sent me their answers. What happened to the participation in your speaking and vocabulary sessions? All of you participated really well. What happened now? Come on, guys. We're all good, still good answers, but technical devices is not the right word. 30 more seconds and then I will stop you guys. Yeah, that's it. That's your time. Who's that? Tejaswini. Opinion sentence is important. Okay. Aman, nothing about how modern technology has changed. Please remember that does not mean if you write more ideas, it means that it is correct. Remember that relevant ideas means it is correct. Okay, let me just show you my introduction paragraph. I will just help you understand what I mean exactly by paraphrasing. Okay, so here you go. This is my introduction paragraph. Some suggest that contemporary technological developments promote, enhance social interactions, while others feel that the contrary is true, opposite is true. And my opinion is that technology does not play a role. Personal characteristics impact one's ability to be outgoing. Okay, outgoing means sociable. That's how it is. Yeah, right. That's your introduction paragraph. Now, the tricky bit. What do you write in your body paragraphs? How do you write 250 words? That seems such a long essay. Remember that your introduction needs to just have 50 to 60 words. Your body paragraph 1 needs to have about 80, 90 words, each of the 2 body paragraphs. And then the conclusion needs to have about 50, 60 words again. So that's how you reach a total of 270 to 80 words. Okay, and that's more than enough. In order to be a band 8, you need to practice the art of using words skillfully. I'm going to repeat what I said. Krisha, you have to pay attention because that's exactly what I'm talking about. You have to practice the art of using vocabulary skillfully. What is skillfully? It is basically telling whatever you want to say in a limited amount of words, at the same time, elaborating your idea sufficiently. That's what skillful usage of vocabulary means. That's a band 8. And I'm not telling this, it's there in the band descriptor. So how do you reach that level? You just have to write 4 to 5 sentences in your body paragraphs. Keep this structure in mind. And if you mess this up, remember you're not reaching a 7, you are at a 6. So that's the problem. That's where people don't understand that this is the order of sentences that you need to maintain. What is the order of these sentences? You need to start your body paragraphs with the why. Okay, so what you write as the first sentence is why technology aids social interactions. Your second sentence is your example, suggesting how this happens. Your third sentence is the explanation to that example. And the fourth sentence is the link to the next paragraph. This approach is called the peel approach. Okay. And this way you can link up paragraphs as well. The point about coherence and cohesion is also taken care with this approach. You don't have to try and memorize anything here. It's just about writing your paragraphs a certain way. That's it. So I'll just show you one example of what I mean by the peel approach. So I am answering the why here. Why does technology promote social interactions? Because it has the capacity to create a huge network of like-minded people. Some of you said social media as your answer, right? So I am writing that as my example. Bumble is a social media platform that helps put you in touch with users that have similar characteristics or interests. The third is the explanation to why it enhances social connections. And the fourth one is the link to the next paragraph. So my idea here is that technology does not play a role, individuals' characteristics play a role. So I've just said how these triggers are not enough. So that's it. That's my body paragraph. Okay, which is why, remember I said, I asked you to elaborate, think of the why. This is what I meant. Did you understand now? Point, example. Example has to be relevant, has to actually support your idea. It can't be a random example sentence that says, saying survey by Oxford University suggests this. Some people in my this thing have this thing. Write specific examples, specific ones, and relevant ones. Okay, remember this. Is this approach clear to everyone? Thumbs up or a yes? Yes, good. Krisha, I hope you understood what to do now. And everyone else who think that memorizing essay templates is going to help. It is not going to help. In fact, it will affect your score. Body paragraphs, at least 2 or 3, Suman, introduction, conclusion. So a total of 4 to 5 paragraphs is what you will write. We have written the introduction already. We're now talking about body paragraph 1. Now, you guys will just write 2. Why not 3? Why you don't need to write 3? Because your opinion is the same as the 2 views. Like you are saying that it helps or it does not help. You're not like me, where I'm saying that it's different. It's totally different from the 2 views. In that case, you have to write a third body paragraph. Okay. Right. Now, we'll just do one body paragraph because we'll have time for only that. Okay. And I'm going to give you 10 minutes to write a body paragraph with this approach. So you pick, the side that you don't support, which is basically, let's say, I'll just give you an example. Okay, let me not confuse you now. I'll explain this later. But write about either view 1 or view 2. Write about this or this, anything. Just pick one of the 2 paragraphs. Think of the main idea, think of the example, then the explanation, and then finish summarizing the paragraph. Just 4 sentences will do. Time now is 7:40 here in India. In case people are joining in from Nepal and Bangladesh, just remember that, we're going to be giving you 10 minutes in order to write one body paragraph. So you just multiply that, 10 minutes in BP1, 10 minutes for BP2, and 5 minutes for conclusion, 5 minutes for introduction. That makes it 30 minutes for writing. 5 minutes for planning, 5 minutes for review. That's how you write it in 40 minutes. Okay, I'll show you what I meant again. Planning for 5 minutes, introduction, write for 5 minutes, BP1, BP2, 10 minutes each, conclusion, 5 minutes, review, 5 minutes. That's how you reach 40 minutes. Okay, glad to know, Suman. So we'll just, now I'm starting my timer again. You have 10 more minutes to complete this, body paragraph. So please write your body paragraph, whatever idea you pick, BP1 or 2, and your time has started. Come on. Yes, 10 minutes is what you have. You can put me on mute in case I'm disturbing you, but I request you to not leave the class because then all the chat messages are gone and then you're not able to see what's going on. Okay, your 3 minutes are up. Okay. Yes, 3 more minutes left. Sorry, thanks, Krisha. So by the way, your time's up. Your time's up. So all of you are making similar kinds of mistake. That's what I said. You have to elaborate the why first, then comes an example, then the explanation. That's how you write your body paragraphs. Okay, remember this. So according to a few, why does technology help create better connections is the first sentence. Then comes your example, which supports this evidence, a social media app like Instagram, Facebook, and then you write the explanation, then the link. You guys are writing one sentence correctly and then the rest of it is going wrong. Most importantly, I can't see one paragraph where you're answering the why, which is how technology exactly improves, social interactions. You're not telling that. That's the mistake. Please remember that writing is a result of your planning. So if you don't plan properly, then you won't write well. Okay. Anyway, now that becomes your body paragraph. And coming now to your conclusion. In my case, I've written a third body paragraph telling that person's characteristics influence the sociability the most. And we are looking at the conclusion now. You are going to summarize whatever ideas you had written in your body paragraphs. The why in the first sentence of the body paragraph, which is about social networking, why it impacts sociability positively, why it impacts sociability negatively, and then summarize your opinion. That's what you do in your conclusion. Of course, paraphrasing is important here. Is that clear? So this is how you structure your essay. Now, anything apart from this means you have made the mistake. So in our...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you please show me the paragraph 2 and 3?
Okay. Don't worry about not looking at it. It's also done on my YouTube channel. This has been recorded and streamed on our YouTube. So in case you want to look at it again, you can do that. But I will still explain how I've written body paragraph 2. This is the why. There's the negative correlation because it minimizes the interaction that people have, okay, with each other. And then why or how, like what is the example to support that? Automatic points of sale, internet banking, all of these limit interactions. Now, if you do that more, it becomes a habit. You don't interact with people, and then that's it. So you just lose that sociability angle at all. That's my explanation. Now, in my body paragraph 3, I have said that, a person's characteristics are important. Now, if the individual is introvert, no kind of technology is going to promote him to speak. If it's an extrovert, no kind of technology is going to limit him to speak. Okay. Again, I said introduction and body paragraph. Yes, Suman, if you follow this approach, you certainly can. And then the conclusion contains everything that you have written in your body paragraph along with your opinion. Okay. Is that clear? I have explained this structure as a pre-recorded lesson on my YouTube. So in case you're watching this on my YouTube channel, you can head to the writing playlist. I've also done other essay types. You can look at that. And in case you need our help in the writing area particularly, I request you to please fill up this form and we'll get in touch with you, help you understand how the course is structured. In case you just want one evaluation too, you can do that. So it's just 500 rupees per Indian rupees per evaluation for either writing or speaking. There's also a mock package in which you can take 5 mock tests. You get video lessons along with it to watch and then take the mock tests. Your Spotlight and the Essence courses have classes. The Spotlight course has 6-7 classes for one section, and then you have 5 mock tests. Essence class has 25 classes in total, which is for all sections combined: listening, reading, writing, speaking, and grammar. And then that's for 2 months. So that's how our courses are lined up. You can fill up this admissions form in order to, have a conversation with us. So anyone who has anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks can take the trial package or the mock package. Anyone who has a longer time can utilize the coaching programs that have classes. Okay. The writing classes are largely taken by me only. Speaking sessions are, of course, taken by Shaurya. And just a quick summary of what we did in the writing session is that you write your opinion, make sure you give a clear-cut explanation of your body paragraphs, and then write the conclusion summarizing the 2 ideas. Remember to follow the approach that I taught you in the body paragraphs and then come to the conclusion. I've given you all feedbacks to work on. I've seen all essays. I might not have taken names specifically, but I've definitely seen your paragraphs. Okay. So remember that that's exactly the reason why you're scoring less. Now you know it, you work on it. All that's required by you is to think more clearly and write a clear-cut answer. Okay. So in today's Learnathon, which happened for about 2 hours now, we did vocabulary first, just learned some fun words, and then we did speaking practice, and then we also did some writing practice. So it was fun bringing this session to you. I hope you also enjoyed today's Learnathon. Let's see if we can have more of them, in the upcoming months. But anything that you want to ask me right now, anyone else who has anything to ask or say? Please put it on your chat. Yeah, so ideally, if you have 1 week, you need to take the trial package or the mock package only. I don't think any kind of course will help you at this moment. So come to us with at least 2 months in hand. Don't book your test and pressurize yourself to perform well. Okay, it's a very costly affair. So make sure that you are taking the right steps and making the right decisions at the right time. Krisha, if it is asked, definitely you have to give your opinion. There's no question of is it okay. Okay. It says give your opinion, you have to give it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Anything else that you guys want to ask or say? Please make sure you follow us on WhatsApp. That's where all these updates come. In case you're not a part of any WhatsApp group watching us on YouTube, just give us a message on 96067 13363 and we'll add you to the WhatsApp community. It's 96067 13363. That's the number. Please restrict your queries to only your IELTS preparation or your study abroad queries. Nothing apart from that will be encouraged. Okay? Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you so much for joining in. No more questions. No more questions at all. Thank you, Ramandeep. Yes, I am leaving the form link here on the chat. We will share it on WhatsApp as well. Not to worry. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sent another message by mistake. Yeah. Yes, that's the form. In case you want to fill it up. Okay, that's great. I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you so much for joining in. And happy Teachers Day to all of you too. I get to learn something from my students as well. Bye-bye. Have a good day.